Hi Collective, welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal, a divine cosmic psychic medium here, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. So welcome everybody. Okay, so we're connecting with the energies of 4-3. All the downloads and messages that are coming in are the energies surrounding today, but all my readings are timeless, so whenever you catch them is fine. I'm actually going to be talking about some of the energies or the messages that came in last night. What's interesting is I was talking about how I was having trouble like connecting and receiving downloads and messages, and then when I got to some quiet time of relaxation, like they were all coming in like that. I also feel because all the messages were not for everyone. The messages that were coming in for 4-2, like they're for a lot of my divine feminines, a lot of my gatekeepers and grid workers. Now, you don't have to be just a feminine to be one of those, but the messages that were coming in, maybe for some of you if you are a masculine as well, was anchoring in the divine feminine energy and allowing that giving, relaxing, healing energy. I feel that when you get into an energy of healing and relaxation, because I noticed that this happened after I took my bath and I was relaxing, calming down, getting ready for bed, that then these things are going to be coming in. And there's something to do with like crystal grids, right? And the goddess energy that you carry, also some dragon codes, things like that. But that's what was coming out. All right, so for some of you, like certain things are going to be integrated when you take time to relax and calm down. You're going to be getting realizations and things like that, and getting guided to certain places, right? You're going to understand how important it is for you to be in your feminine energy. Like it is very needed at this time. A very urgent message that was coming across today, and maybe that's why they led me to flow this into today's energy, is that it's really important for you to be in your feminine energy. And even right before this reading, like I was feeling this empowered energy of like a new group that I recently got into, and it was like somebody was like calling me out of my stuff, like, well, not calling me out, but it's like I would put some advice out there, right? And some people were already tearing it down, like, no, nothing's gonna happen. And I was just like, wait a minute, it's one thing to say that, but it's another to try to come at me saying, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? And I was like, part of me was like, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let it go. Because normally, like, in the comments, right, when, you know, people do come at me, it's very beautiful how they get responded to and corrected by others quickly. It's kind of like the truth will be revealed, right? But it's like, I feel this energy too. I was like, no, I need to do this delicately, right? So I was like, no, I'm going to comment back delicately, you know, but it was like, it's kind of like with that energy, like you're learning how to balance out the masculine and the feminine, right? And not letting it affect you. I was like, is this affecting me? Why is this affecting me? Is it showing me because like is it ego? I'm afraid what people are going to perceive now that I've just started commenting and I'm new to this group and things like that. Or is it part of like, I need to defend myself? But I took it as like, normally I would back down and not say anything about the comment, but I was like, no, I need to say something. But it took a few minutes to make sure that I said delicately. What's beautiful too is right before I was ready to comment, like admin had taken down the commenting on it, and so I was like, wow, okay, so I can't even comment on this. But after I calmed myself down, and I realized that these are all but tests and things like that, then it was interesting that the comments had already opened back up, right? It was just like that. It was like, all right, now you can. So maybe there's these things that are restricting you, right, or a pause, but I really feel that it's all about self-control at this time, okay, and that you need to be very delicate with how you handle things. So I was getting a very urgent message too with like things come in at levels for people to be able to handle them. Sometimes things come in too much. If they come in too fast, it's going to damage or destroy it. And they keep showing me like melting chocolate. If you're a baker and you're melting butter or chocolate, if you do it too fast, it's like say you need to soften some butter. You can't just put it in the microwave or the stove on high. It'll melt all of it, right? You have to do it delicately and in intervals so that way it can soften and not just melt and be ruined, right? So they're getting me this energy like same way with chocolate, right? You have to do very delicately and in intervals. And it's just like because of our levels of consciousness, we're only allowed to, or we only can comprehend and understand certain things at certain levels, and so many of us are on different levels and frequencies. That's why I feel like things are good. You have to be careful about how you handle things, and not everybody you're going to be able to awaken and to advance, and you have to be okay with that. Like, if you don't understand some of the messages that I'm putting out there, like sometimes I'm led just to give keywords and codes, and they're going to integrate information afterwards. Or it's like sometimes, like anytime you listen to a reading and things like that, like you should go into some quietness after, some calmness, allow things to integrate. That's why it's very, very important to get time and quiet so you can process what you were just told, what you were just, the download. And then that's where you get more in it. It's like certain keywords that you just think about. Now you may elaborate on what you think. And a lot of that too is like, if you're able to go to that next level, you're going to get the downloads on it. That's why it's like, if I'm saying certain keywords or talking about certain phrases that you have no idea about, then it's not for you. It's like when I talk about gatekeeper and good worker. If you're not a good worker or a gatekeeper, you won't get that message. You won't understand the level, right? And it's like, take whatever is for you. Just be open to discovery at this time, and know that lots of stuff is coming in because of the intense energy. Like, I've had to restart this reading just alone 3 times because I'm needing to slow the energy down because we're getting ready to get into another portal gateway of 4-4, right? And it's like, and then it's like stuff will roll over with me, right? Like, I was getting blocked, and then all of a sudden a surge of energy and the downloads came in, and then now I know I probably, like, when I couldn't sleep this morning, I was like, I should just get up and work, right? But I was like, no, I want to get sleep because I don't want to sleep all day. And then I ended up sleeping in and almost missing an appointment, whatever. So really go by what you're felt and guided to at this time. All right. So anyway, like, now I'm having to roll this into my next download. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Last thing I'm going to talk about was like color rays, different frequencies, pink, rose, violet, emerald, platinum, diamond, different rays and colors and frequencies you could be working with at this time, and working with these certain colors and these frequencies and give you certain downloads and activations and things like that. All right, so I'm going to leave that alone for whoever makes sense of that, okay? Because now they're bringing me to the last part of the download that I was getting. Okay. See, and I have tomorrow, the floodgates are opening for a lot of alignments to occur, so maybe called to move around more than ever. For a lot of you, you could be getting guided to certain places and situations that normally you're not guided to, because it could be very pertinent, I'm hearing, for some of you to go to certain places to get downloads, messages, or maybe it's just to relax, right? Because there's some of you need to be pulled out of your atmosphere or out of certain things to get this calmness for things to be able to integrate, right? Be careful of retrograde energies, though, too, because we are getting this now that we're in retrograde with Mercury from the 1st of April through like the 25th. That brings back things from the past, but a lot of times it brings it back for reflection, where you're supposed to close out things, get the knowledge, things like that. But sometimes, the enemy and matrix agents will use those people to come in to create blockages. So although it's important, like, it's interesting because it's like, you often hear retrograde, it's not a good time to like make major decisions and changes and things like that, because it's a reflecting time. So, hold off on making major decisions and things like that. But you're going to also be feeling to do things a bit differently. Okay, so you're going to be feeling that energy to do things creatively and different, but just to keep it like little. Just like with the intervals, like I was just explaining with like the butter and the chocolate, right? Maybe test the waters a little bit and make little movements, right? Adding a little bit. Just don't make any like big, drastic, fast changes, okay? All right. So, at this time, okay, hold on, let me back up. I got a big download on this, right? For my Lightworkers star seeds, right? All right, there is a lot that is going on. I feel that there's going to be portions of this download, this transmission, where it's like it's going to reach certain light workers, light warriors. I'm feeling to show some of it, although it's not all too, is some, like, you often hear light workers and light warriors, right? Which I always say, whatever you define yourself as, earth angel, light worker, light warrior, healer, starseed, like, we're all healers. We're all part of the 144,000. We're all chosen, okay? but it breaks it down a little bit more. A lot of the light warriors, which you could be a masculine or a feminine light warrior, but it's like for the most, a lot of it's the masculines or those that are very much dominated their masculine energies that are more in the light warrior energy, because I work with a lot of beautiful light warriors that are feminine, that have mastered their masculine energy. And I feel that's why for some of you, like, I'm calling you to work on your divine feminine energy now. But what I'm saying is there's like a major integration of us coming together, and part of the light workers and where I talk about uniting the light workers and the earth angels, 144,000 at this time, is because a lot of light warriors are coming in and balancing out the light workers. A lot of the light workers are balancing out the light warriors. A lot of this union that's coming together is getting each other to balance those energies and kind of helping each other out. Because a lot of like light workers, as me, like I've been struggling, even though I'm very dominant, very masculine, it's hard for me to like stand up for myself. And it was interesting as I was getting somebody using a reference about like the shoemaker, right, or something like that, like, you know, it's like and the way he was explaining the story, right, is like he goes, helps out people or whatever, is very talented, very gifted in his field and all about helping others, but then when he looks at his own shoes, he's in these beat up shoes or whatever, because it's like you don't often think about, all right, I need to, you know, work on myself. I think I totally messed up that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is this energy is coming in really fast, so I'm going to make sure I get it out right. Okay, so it's like for a lot of you, it's like you've been light working, but not light working yourself. And a lot of times we do that because we don't want to see us as having weaknesses, because we feel like it affects us as we're out helping and light working. So for a lot of like light workers and light warriors, they're not doing that internal healing right now. Right? It's like a lot of these light warriors are so much in their masculine energy that they forget to be in that feminine energy, and they need to work on that balance, right? Because there's so much of that thrive, that fight mode, right? And so what I'm getting at is like a lot of, you know, light workers to me are more of my feminine energies, that they struggle with the masculine energy, right? Now, of course, they've had to be very, very tough, constantly being under attack, and it takes a lot to constantly stay in that high vibrational, loving, beautiful energy when constantly under attack. So it could be insulting for me to even say, you light workers, like, you need to step into your masculine energy, but it's like, it's different parts of it. Like you do very, very well at being very, very defensive and protecting your beautiful, loving energy. But it's like you need more help at this time, because it's like you battle so much just to keep your energy radiant, beautiful, high vibrational, and loving, that you need help at this time. So the light warriors are actually coming in, right, to help battle the front lines, basically. It's like you need help to kind of have all the everyday matrix agents that are attacking you at this time. You kind of need them to kind of take over so you can kind of get out of this survival mode, and you can be in healing. It's like for some of you, it's like, you know, that you just you're not really in a position or a place of healing, so you're not. And that's why it's so important that we unite, come together, and help one another. This is the light workers and the starseeds are, and this is this integration, right? So that's why you're being very, very called maybe to do things differently, out of the norm, right? So it's all about the integration, you know, and listening and being guided. But more than ever, you need to keep your vibrations high, okay? Yeah. So see, I skipped over that, and I was going to go back into the second part, but they brought me back, right? So the light workers and the light warriors are merging at this time. They're empowering. They're standing up for their powers to reclaim their confidence, to heal themselves. Let the light workers come in. Let the light warriors come in. So whether you define yourself as a light warrior, right, as a light worker, like, it's all about the titles, but we're all we're all beings of the light, right? That's what I mean. Whatever, if it doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. But this is above all very much a spiritual battle, right? And many, many unseen attacks, right? So uniting forces, putting down the boundaries, coming out of survival mode, letting divine forces intervene and help. This is no longer a solo mission, even though isolation was a major part of it for self-preservation and energy attunement. At this time, many starseeds and light workers are needed to show up and stand out for humanity. Right? So it's very, very beautiful. See, and there's big alignment with 444, right? Tomorrow. So I was saying tomorrow the floodgates are opening for a lot of alignments to occur. So many are called to move around, doing things differently, more creatively, be careful of retrograde energies, right? And I was getting into that, right? Because very, very important at this time, now I'm getting into collective messages for everybody, is that you need to keep your vibrations extremely high at this time. They are like deploying more than ever viruses, right? And they're deploying them, they're putting them out there, but these viruses that are running rampant through everything is fear. They're trying to impose as much fear as they can, right? Because it's the fear frequency, and that's the only thing that is blocking you truly from ascension, the higher timelines, the energies that are coming in. So they're playing out so much stuff. That's why they're allowing all this stuff with the eclipse. You know, so many people are fearing it. You know, like they've been talking about, you know, like here's like a bit of it, right? It's just like you hear about the 3 days of darkness or whatever. Like, I'm gonna straight up tell you, like, that could straight up happen with this moon aligning with the sun. It could literally just stay there. Right? And then, of course, everybody, all the dark and the gloom around the 3 days of darkness. But you need to look at it from a different perspective. Like, literally, if it's doing that, the first thing that it's going to be doing, this could be in alignment with the solar flash, where literally it's knocking out all the electromagnetic and radio waves, which are basically taking you offline, pulling you away from all of the fear-based frequency, the virus that they're pretty much putting in the system. Everybody doesn't realize how much we already online with system. They think, oh, because I'm not literally hooked up to a computer, I'm not online with source, but you don't, or not online with 3D matrix, with the system, but very much you are. If you're connected with phones, electronics, any things like that, you're basically online with the matrix, the system, and you guys don't even know. I have to be careful about how I present this message, but all the things that get deployed out into our atmosphere, into our foods, into our bodies, the things that can very much connect us online, not to mention injections, there's all sorts of hidden stuff. So it's very, very powerful with the energies that are coming through with the solar flares at this time. Like, they're knocking out a lot of those nanos, which are very much putting you online. I can tell you right now, anybody that just like look at, like, you're putting the watch on that's connecting with your phone, things like that, not to mention getting the chips and the wrists, and like, you don't realize, right, how much you very much are online, right? Just like how fast and quick everything can spread, right? So, like, if that does occur, like, I don't know when it's going to occur, you know, just like, but it's just like, don't fear that. Know that this is for higher evolution of our planet, right? Whatever happens. But yes, this solar flash, right? Major levels of ascension, they're very much going to happen. That is exactly why we have these alignments, but it's smoke and mirrors. They're trying to get you to perceive it a different way. They're trying to get you to be like, oh, the sun is aligning with the moon, that this is playing out biblical prophetic prophecies in the end times of the Bible. Is like, yes, because this is the end of this 3D matrix and this corrupt system. You know, they hijacked the system from the very beginning, right? And they've been trying to deploy and keep running the same program, right? And running it off of fear and things like that. And you don't realize that, yeah, that's because they knew that this was the end times. They knew that this was the reset, right? But you need to know that you need to let go of fear. This reset is knocking everything out that they were doing, and we are reprogramming as Lightworkers, as the Starseeds and the Earth Angels, like the ones that, the 144,000 that are here now. We hold the codes from the very beginning. That's why it's very, very powerful, and that's why we're so much under attack, because they know that we hold the keys and the codes and the blueprints from the original plan, and that we're deploying them and we're resetting them. And that's why now more than ever they're trying to get everybody lower their frequencies, right? That's why it's very, very important for the Lightworkers, the Earth Angels at this time, the 144,000, to hold their frequency of light, right? And that's also too why they could, you know, be doing all this, try to take us offline so we're not connecting or whatever. But this is going to happen, right? So this reset is happening, right? Oh, and what I was going to tell you is, like, even after every single lunar, every single eclipse that happens, right? There's been mass destruction and things like that have happened, right? Because they're using all of that to try to block out as much as they can the fact that this is Earth's way of trying to reset itself, because we're very much connected with, with the cosmos, with the star, the moon, the sun, right? Just like after the last total lunar eclipse, look, let me give you an example, right? This when COVID rolled out. Can't tell you what they're trying to do to try to stop the ascension. So yeah, there's going to be major things that are going to be happening, right? So they could literally be, this could be the Blue Beam Project, right? Where they make it literally seem like they could literally take out the towers and the phones and all sorts of stuff to cause mass hysteria. You know, so you need to know to just have faith, right? You can't have faith and fear at the same. You need to know, you need to let the Lightworkers, Earth Angels, and Starseeds, 144,000, do the reset here. Right? We're setting the platform to allow others, right? So now more than ever, you're being called to really stand out And that's why we're really merging, and that's why it's very, very important. Whatever you're feeling called to do, you need to do at this time, because for a lot of you light warriors, the light workers are needing you, and light workers, you're needing the light warriors at this time, right? We're really uniting. We're coming together. It's very, very important, right? So the sixes are all about alignments, really. But see, they weaponize that with the powers, the 666, the da-da-da-da-da, all of that. But it's really about alignments, right? So detachment from discord, peace and harmony. A lot of the darkness is being unveiled. The truth is you know, and like I said, there's just so many souls that just don't understand. And that's fine, right? We've been programmed since the very beginning. So the Matrix is launching its new program to create fear and frequency after every solar eclipse, right? It's all part of a synchronized plan of attack. There's always phases of it, right? Like, I don't know, I get it. Like, even me being a light worker, right? And light working, like, all my life. Like, even I let the fear get into me, right? Like, it got into me in the beginning of COVID. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, it did. And then finally it hit me one day. I was like, wait a minute. Like, if I have faith in God's divine source, why am I letting a virus affect, you know, we're not to live in fear. So fearing the virus, like, that's where I was finally like, okay, so then every day before I would go out, I was, you know, I would just, you know, ask to be safe and protected from the virus, right? And so I was the one going out there, you know, without fear, not wearing my mask. I remember before when everybody was still wearing masks and everything, like, and people were just looking at, and the fear that I was feeling, I was like, you know, if you have faith, you know, that you're going to be protected, that you're going to be fine, you are. You know, like, it's just, it finally just hit, like, oh, and then just so much, just, it was so much control. It's just so awful that it came down to that. And realizing how sick you're getting yourself by not getting that fresh air and that sunlight and blocking, you know, and just, oh my gosh, that, to me, that's going to be revealed as like the biggest, like, corrupt thing that's ever been done. That's going to be getting involved. That's going to be getting so many people just so mad. And it was all to try to stop the unity of love and to us to awakening to how powerful and how we are online with source, divine God source. We were never separate. It was all part of this mass control, like, and I get it. Like, if people came out about it the wrong way, they'd be so angry. So that's why it's really, really important for the light workers and the earth angels, right? We're starting to restore balance and justice, because we're able to transmute that and turn it into a passion and not into just like, that's it, we're going to destroy this matrix now because of what they did to us. Do you know what I mean? Like, I totally get it. I understand it. So there's really, really big. So this is leading me now into the Sharon and Lilith. I was getting a lot of downloads about that today, and dark woundings and healings, and the dark side and wild femininity, to restoring justice, authentic healing. Okay, well, those are more for me, but so it's about integrating the dark with the light. Okay. I was told that was enough, right? So there's just there's a lot that's going to be happening, because I'm already 23 minutes in now with channel messages. So take what you will with whatever that came out, but just let go of fear at this time. But there's going to be a lot of things. For a lot of you, it's like when you put down the guards that you have, you put down the for a lot of you, it's like when you can let go of fear, things are going to integrate within you. And it's going to cause major advancements, major realizations. But just remember, even these things getting revealed to you, just stay calm, right? And it's like, if you're on the leading edge of consciousness and you're getting revealed to these things, then it's more confirmation that you're very much one of the key players here that are meant to hold the frequency of love and light at this time so others can reach that. Because we don't want others to reach it in fear, and you want to be careful with how you present the information, because you don't want people just to go on rampages of rage and anger. Right? So, look, Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. Came down here. There's some of the shaman dreams and the wall obstacles. So for a lot of you, you're going to start to realize a lot of these obstacles and things like that. For some of you, like, you're going to need help to go through some of these obstacles, right? Alright, so... Alright, hopefully I can keep going with this. My daughter just got back home and she can sure change the frequency level. Alright. Hi, baby. Alright, so let's see here. So sorry if the end of this is getting noisy. Galactic, almost a galactic mushroom. Gathering around the power of community. This is really, really important too, because they were showing me like the galactic mushroom, because things are, that's probably a message too, but it's just like mushrooms, how they share energies with each other. And it's really, really important, the power of community and the power of coming together. And it's like, you know, just like the 144,000, we're very much connected on a frequency, on a level, right? And we connect with each other and help each other. But it's going to be more showing up in the physical, right? See, I know there's like a galactic mushroom too. See, and then there's refusal of the call, dream thief. Because for some of you, like, it's trying to make it seem like you're not doing your piece or your part. It's like for some of you, like that is what the enemy will do. The enemy will create so much obstacles and blockages and kind of make it feel like you're not doing your part. Like, because you know that it's like if you feel like you're defeated, sometimes it takes you away from pursuing, you know, like that. It's like if you feel like you fail, which is really the first attempt in learning. Yeah, look, the galactic mushroom is the divine matrix. But it's like if you feel as though you fail something, it can stop you from pursuing and keep going. So for a lot of you, like, they're really trying to take the light workers off the grid, off the planet, right? Because we only need 144,000 to hold the frequency, and they're the leaders into the new earth, right? And there's many chosen. So for a lot of you, it's like refusal of the call, like blockages, obstacles, things like that. The enemy is really using your woundings and things like that to try to take you off course. But that's what I mean. Like, the chosen are going to be getting elevated at this time, but it's really the uniting that's coming together, which is very, very beautiful. Yeah, I feel like I want to... I don't know if I have the book here. Yeah, I do. It's right here. There's something, because see, I said the galactic mushroom, but I was getting this gathering around. So since I'm at 30 minutes and I have to go quiet my children, I'm just going to read these two, and then I'm going to get into other frequencies. Like, I pulled my goddess cards because I told you I'm very much feeling this divine feminine energy. It's really, really important for divine feminines to get into their goddess energy. It's like you have to treat yourself as a goddess. You have to know your word, treat yourself as such. And it's like for some of you, you're waiting to be treated as that, but you have to treat yourself as that. And maybe you're needing help with that. Maybe you're going to be getting some sort of realization, something that you need to do, right? Maybe it's letting go of some sort of woundings, right? It's like you're fully aware, but there's something to do with how you're treating yourself, the standards that you're holding yourself to. Some of you are settling for whatever reason. But so there's a big message there. So I'm going to be doing like a goddess reading next. So if you feel guided, right, get into that. But, like I said, even my masculines out there, you have divine feminine energy too. All right, so gathering around, let's start with this one, the power of community. There are times when you need positive reinforcements from others. Perhaps your journey has made you tired just before reaching the proverbial finish line where your friends await to cheer your arrival. You see how this is all going together? Know that you are not alone regardless of whether you think you are. People gather around to help you with the next step as you bring forth the cosmos and the beauty of life. There has never been another you before, and you have a unique relationship with your friends, family, communities, and those who gather to help you in the unseen realm. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will receive it. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beauty, amazing, and complicated life. You are heard by angels and witnessed by the divine and loved. Yes, loved now and always by life itself. Whether query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. Count on it. All right. So this gathering around was coming very, very much out, obviously, the galactic mushroom, right? So I was mixing them up, right? So I feel they very much go together. Okay, and the galactic mushroom is the divine matrix, the intricate complexities of life. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in a dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix of consciousness called Source or God, Spirit, and many other names is intricate woven into life. There is so much complexity that a human mind cannot comprehend all of the moving parts. Just like how we are all one. And I was getting this download yesterday where it's like you don't realize that you can't, you know, we're all interconnected and we all help each other out. For some of you, it's like you may be going to God, divine source, and you're waiting to get blessed by God, divine source, when you've got others that are trying to bless you over here. Like, you don't realize we're all interconnected, and like God, divine source, like it doesn't stop individually to help each of us out, right? That's why when everybody's trying to separate God, divine source consciousness as like a single entity, a person, a being, like, no, it's not. It's all interconnected. We are all one. And for a lot of you, it's like you get focused on a belief system or a certain way of where you're going to get blessed or how you're going to get, like, you think that you act like it's going to directly come to you. Often it does not, right? So it's going to make sense to whoever, right? So all right, so there is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all of the moving parts. It's impossible to see beyond what you already know, just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but the living biome below. The thread-like nucleus of fungus form vast internet networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet on the planet kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call of faith and trust. Whatever intentions you hold constantly with hope and faith first manifest in the unseen realms. Whether or not you can see it working on your behalf, individually you see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work in your favor, seemingly outside of the laws of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. That's what I mean. This is so beautiful and so powerful. So I hope that this reading helped you. Definitely like the video. Connect with me. I feel your energy energetically just by you liking the video. I mean, I already feel it just by you watching, but liking the video connects with me more. Commenting, definitely more, right? Love and light to all of you. And thank you so much for all my beautiful subscribers and anybody that comments. I definitely see them. I love them. They'll light me up every time I see them, even though I don't always have time to get back to respond, things like I need to work on that better, right? I definitely I'm trying to spend more time for me and expanding my channels and different things, but definitely we're all interconnected. We very much are. This is very beautiful, very powerful. I'm very excited about this week and the energies and the downloads and everything that's coming in. Like, it's such an exciting time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like last week, literally with this full moon lunar eclipse, right, I was feeling really weird. Different energies have been coming in, going. Like, I definitely feel these integrations that are happening, and I was just like, oh my gosh, is it going to be like this the entire time? And so much stuff is like coming to purge out. Like, literally yesterday, like, I'm very much ruled by the moon. Yesterday I was popping off with things that were bothering me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm sorry. Clearly I still had some things that were affecting me from January that I didn't realize that were coming out now. So certain triggers I noticed were causing things, but I'm like, hey, at least I'm bringing them up, you know, that I'm releasing these, and I'm making notice that these are affecting me. And I don't know if that's going to be happening for everybody, as this energy can sometimes be so intense. And me being very connected with the moon, often around the full moon times is when I get very expressive, being a Cancer. That's when, like, my cup overflows and then everything comes out. So I don't know if it's that, because it's just this new moon is more intense than normal, right? Because it's eclipsed. So I don't know. Message for some of you, but just, it's exciting. Like, I feel this exciting energy coming in, like, and collectively, like, I can feel the vibration. Like, that's what I mean. Whether you see things that are going to be happening on the 8th or not, it's just this energy just leading up to this is already super exciting, and I already feel differently. So I'm super excited for I really feel this is going to be quite the event, right? Whether we see destruction happen as they've been trying to project, and it may, but to me it's still exciting because this is still the reset. I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt, obviously, but you know, to see them, like, that's when you know, too, you're a true light worker, star seed, when you want this corrupt matrix to go down, you want the fall of money and all of that, because you know that we're all going to be together and restoring justice, that we don't need to be eating all this trash food. All right, and just, anyways, I'm going to stop there. Love and light to all of you. Bye. Watch more readings.